The British are a nation of sportsmen. When they're not playing cricket, they're on the tennis court, or sailing, or taking part in some kind of healthy outdoor activity. Youth hostels are naturally very popular with the walkers and the cyclists.
Francis? Yes, Josie? Are you peddling? You're just sitting there. If you were peddling, the bicycle would be going faster.
I can't pedal anymore. I'm tired.
Come on, Francis. If you were to pedal, we should get to the hostel much quicker.
We should have reached the hostel by now, if we'd come by car or by train.
It's all right. Look, we're nearly there. Francis! The Lake Hostel. Is this it? Yes. What's wrong with it?
If you told me we were coming here, I'd have stayed at home.
But it's wonderful up here in the fresh mountain air.
But there's no one here. And I can't see anything except a mountain and a few animals and birds.
Anyway, the boys will be here tomorrow.
What's that?
Frank and Bill will be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow? But I thought we were going to meet them today.
No, they're going to spend the night on the mountain.
If I'd known that, I wouldn't have come till tomorrow. I don't even know Bill or Frank.
Oh, when you meet them, you'll like them, Francis.
I'd like them a lot more if they were here now. And I'd be happier if that place looked more comfortable.
Come on, Francis. It's clean and simple. What do you expect up here? A 5-star hotel?
Yes. With a bath and colour television.
Don't be silly. If we were to stay at a hotel, we might have to pay £10. We couldn't afford it.
Would be better than this. I'm going.
Excuse me. Well, young lady, the nearest hotel is 20 miles away. And this is a very good hostel.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My friend didn't mean to be rude, but she's very tired.
Don't worry. You're welcome to stay here.
Oh, we want to stay. We're expecting 2 boys to meet us here tomorrow. They're spending the night on the mountain.
I suppose we'll be the only people in the hostel.
You're the only ones so far today. But I shouldn't be surprised if someone else turned up. Hostels are fine places for young people to meet and make friends. Enjoy yourselves.
I hope somebody else does turn up.
Here's someone now.
Good evening.
Do you need any help?
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Oh. There you are.
Thanks. I don't usually need any help. If I hadn't hurt my back, I'd be able to manage easily. I'm really very fit, you know. If we all did more exercises like this, we'd be much happier and much healthier.
Goodbye, Josie. I'm going to find that hotel. If he hadn't arrived, I might have agreed to stay.
You can't go, Francis.
Why not?
We've only got 1 bicycle, remember?
Oh, we should have brought 2. If only we had 2 bicycles, I could go home now.
Cheer up, Francis.
Are you Francis?
Yes.
Oh, what? Then you must be Josie. Now, that is interesting. I've a message for you two. From 2 young men.
Men? were to stop doing your exercises for a moment, perhaps you'd be able to give us a message.
Quite right. I'm so sorry. They were up there on the mountain.
Frank and Bill.
That's right. Frank and Bill. They were planning to meet you at the hostel here.
Well, what were they doing?
They were climbing. They were climbing rather slowly.
There you are, Francis. They'll be here tomorrow morning.
That's what they told me. They said they'd be here for breakfast. But I'd be surprised if they managed to reach the hostel in time for that.
Why?
There's often a lot of mist on the mountain. It's very bad early in the morning. You can't see anything. They wouldn't climb down the mountain unless they could see exactly where they were going.
What are we going to do, Josie? We came here to meet Bill and Frank. And to get some fresh air and exercise. I didn't want any fresh air or exercise. If only I'd known what was going to happen, I wouldn't have come here. I would have stayed at home. Maybe I can go up the mountain and look for the boys.
If I were you, I'd stay down here and wait for them. I wouldn't go up there in the mist.
They'll be here tomorrow.
Since your friends aren't here yet, would you like to share some of my health foods? I've got honey, fruit, nuts, and some delicious carrot juice.
That's very kind of you.
Ah.
No, thank you. If I tried to eat that food, I'd be ill.
Oh, no, you might be a lot healthier. But it's up to you. Would you like to borrow my binoculars? If you had a look through these, you might see Bill and Frank on the mountain.
Thanks. I'll have a look before it gets dark. Can you see them, Josie? No, I can't. It's too misty. Let me look. Then they won't come down. Perhaps you're right. If they tried to come down, they'd get lost. I wouldn't be surprised if they were lost already.
Here are some expressions of unreal condition.
If you were pedaling, the bicycle would be going faster.
I'd like the boys a lot more if they were here now. And I'd be happier if that place looked more comfortable. If only we had 2 bicycles, I could go home now.
If you were to pedal, we should get to the hostel quicker.
If we were to stay in a hotel, we might have to pay £10. If you were to stop doing exercises, perhaps you'd be able to give us the message.
They wouldn't climb down the mountain unless they could see where they were going.
We should have reached the hostel by now if we'd come by car. If you told me we were coming here, I'd have stayed at home.
If I hadn't hurt my back, I'd be able to manage easily.
If he hadn't arrived, I might have agreed to stay. If only I'd known what was going to happen, I wouldn't have come. I'd have stayed at home.
What's happening to Bill and Frank on the mountain?
If we'd started earlier, we'd be there by now. Just a moment, Frank. I've got a stone in my boot.
If you wore the right size boots, you wouldn't get stones in them.
If only we knew which direction we were going.
Don't you know?
If I knew, I wouldn't ask.
We're going up the mountain in that direction. south.
If we went in that direction, we'd be going down the mountain.
Now I've dropped my compass.
There it is.
If you hadn't been so clumsy, I wouldn't have dropped it in the first place. Broken. Never mind. I'll find the way without the compass.
You won't, you know. Not in this mist.
Don't be so scared, Bill. If I thought you were such a coward, I wouldn't have brought you with me in the first place. Are you all right?
I think so. I'm not sure. My leg's stiff, that's all.
Come on, Bill. We'll be seeing the girls tomorrow. That's something to look forward to. We're nearly at the top. Come on, Bill. Your leg can't be that bad.
Oh, it's not my leg. I know you're more experienced than I am, Frank, but...
But what?
Well, I think we should put our tent up and stay here until the morning.
Here? Look, Bill, we need some shelter from the wind. You should know that.
I was just trying to help.
If I needed your help, I'd ask for it. Let's go.
Shall I tie the tent down before you pump it up any more?
Of course not. Don't be so nervous, Bill. You know, it would be much easier to put this tent up if you didn't interfere all the time.
But you said this is the top of the mountain. It might get very windy up here.
If I were you, I'd stop worrying.
Frank! Oh, that's the end! Now look what you've done. If only you'd listened to me, the tent wouldn't have blown away. We must be mad. I can't imagine why we came up here.
We came up here to impress Josie and her friend. Or at least I did.
We'd have impressed them more if we'd met them at the hostel. Now we've got to sleep in the open. Right on the top of a mountain, without a tent. Oh, it's ridiculous.
Stop grumbling, Bill. We've still got our sleeping bags.
Frank, wake up! Huh? Wake up! Huh? Look! I don't believe it.
This isn't the top of the mountain.
Who's going to be impressed now?
A night on the mountain, huh? If I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have believed it. And they call themselves climbers. I told Francis you were up there.
We thought we were.
Well, you were down here. Well, I think it's very, very funny.
Do you?
Yes. What happened? You must tell me all about it.
Well, he thought he
Well,
could
really,
pump up
it
the
started
tent.
with a tent, because we were pumping it up.
Oh,
Good morning. What a beautiful day, eh? Good morning.
good morning.
How about a few exercises before breakfast? It will give us an appetite for the health foods, eh?
Why not?
Really? Oh, right.